Hey there, guys and gals. Melodic Symphony here, and today we're going to be playing some more Roommates. So, this should be the last week, and then I'm going to go back and do the Deception ending, because from what I heard, it's a little different, actually. I can just skip through a lot of that and make it go by faster, because YOLO. I don't know if you could hear that, but that was thunder. That was a lot of thunder. Oh, I'm gonna have to cuddle up with my puppies after this recording. It should be quick enough. So let's go. Oh jeez, it is raining a storm outside. Yeah, okay. Give me a call tomorrow and we'll run down the set list, okay? You got it, man. I think tonight's I'm gonna take Rakesh out. Yeah, seems like a good plan. Memphis and I wave goodbye to each other, and I know Rakesh is home, though with finals coming up pretty soon. I drop my things and head over to Rakesh's room. Oh, I'd accidentally clicked out of the window. I'm so sorry, my friend. Hello, come in. I open the door, half expecting to find Rakesh naked or covered in wax or, something. Instead, I find him simply sitting in a chair in front of a canvas. He smiles at me as I enter, putting his paintbrush down. Oh, Max, I'm so glad you have come in. You look like you're enjoying yourself. It is as though a weight has come off my shoulders. My parents are gone once again, and I think my life is looking up. Well, I'm glad you're feeling good. I thought we could do something together. I would like that. Let me put some of these things away. 30 minutes later, Rakesh and I are down at the cafe. It's Isabella's night off, so nobody we know is there, and instead we just get ourselves a quick snack and find a quiet booth in the corner. So you're feeling better after they left? Oh, yes, I have missed them from time to time, but I think it's better to miss them from afar. Well said. So what now? You haven't got much time left in this quarter, so how are your finals? I think I will do well. My art teacher says I have a lot of promise. Though one of my teachers says this is only after I apologize for painting his car. You really should learn to ask for people's permission before you do stuff. I think I have kept these things inside for so long, I just have a difficult time keeping them inside. Just remember to not get yourself arrested. The school board doesn't look kindly into it. I will be fine. I have plans for next year's classes, and I think that I will enjoy them a lot more. Though, I hope. Though, I hope. I hope you will still be with me in the months to come. Bro, sweetie. I'm not looking to cut out. I can't wait to see what you do in the future. Plus, somebody's got to do our album art, and I can't think of a better artist. Rakesh just beams at me as we finish off the last of our meal. Now maybe if you play your cards right, I'll pose for you again. Oh, do you mean it? Would I lie to you? Maybe if you keep your art to yourself for the next week or so, we can arrange something. Do not underestimate me, Max. You will have to live up to your word. Yeah, well, let's see. Maybe I don't have much to worry about. Rakesh looks at me determinedly, but I wink at him and he smiles at me. Finally finishing our meal, we take the long way home. Rakesh takes my hand as we cut through the park. Hand in hand, we watch the sunset. Jeez. I'm sorry if you guys can hear that. The rain is being really loud. Oh, Nelly, I am out of energy. I can't believe the year's almost over. Sometimes I regret not throwing something together. Still, no sense worrying about it now. At least instead of worrying about it, I can catch a nap. Nothing beats a nap before a big test. I head back home and decide to lay down. Oh, jeez. If this gets any worse, I may genuinely have to pause the video and wait for it to be done. This is getting really bad. All right, kids, you've got the finals next week, so I'm sure you've all got plenty of studying to do. I could try teaching you something that's going to be on the finals, but really, why should I start teaching now? Jeez. The professor throws a slide on the projector that just says study before walking out of the room. Half the class opens their books and starts studying. The other half just starts standing up to pick up their things. Oh, that's going to be some thunder. Oh, my puppy's curling up next to my feet. I have to pet her a little bit. I'm sorry, guys. This is going to be a very awkward episode of me petting my puppy underneath my desk while there's rain and thunder in the background. Not sure which I should do. I think playing the event goes home. Yeah. Well, if I'm gonna study, I'll do it at my own place. I pick up my things and head out the door with a bunch of other students with the same idea. Oh yeah, you go to the cafe. I make my way over to the cafe. I figure I'll get a bite while I study. Wow, Max! I guess the gang's all here. I look towards Sally's voice and I see that all my roommates really are here. They've all gathered around a table in the corner. Looks like even Isabella took a break from work to sit down. We all just kept coming in one by one. I suppose our great minds have thought alike. Rakesh waves at me and smiling and patting an empty seat. Is everyone else's professor as crazy as Professor Task's? No, he's the only asshole with tenure around here. I think the schedule's all just worked out. Wow, we almost never get to do this. This is so nice. Yeah, we should get together more often. Most of you are pretty alright. Isabella reaches out and punches me in the arm as she laughs. It's been a long year, hasn't it? It really has been. Lots of fun, though. Yeah, I think this has been the most fun I've had this year. I'm just happy you managed to learn something, like one singular thing. I don't know, it's what exactly, but I mean, you know. Oh, shut up. Honestly, you guys, thanks for everything this year. How about this? I know I got here late, but everyone gets a drink on me, huh? Everyone around the table cheers as I stand and go over to the counter to make a drink order. As I wait for the other clerk to get my order ready, I look back at the table with all my roommates. Friends sitting around it. This has been a good year, and frankly, I can't wait to see what happens next. The next 2 weeks fairly flew by. Between my finals and everyone else's, I barely got any time to spend with my friends. I put a lot of work into last finals, but it's not really my last one. Sometimes the idea of 3 more years of this seems incredibly daunting. Which is precisely why I didn't want to get caught up in this college bull in the first place. I probably wouldn't even be on campus today if I hadn't needed to sell back some books, and as long as I was here, though, I went ahead and printed off my grades for the year. My grades for the year have been pretty bad. I was hoping to make some up with these last tests. It's not really a big deal, though. I'm probably going to get a lecture from Mom or Pop sometime this summer. My thoughts turn to my band as I look at the students passing by. Back Alley Flash still isn't nearly as known as I'd like around here. We're going to have a hard time selling ourselves around to college town if nobody knows us. Finally, standing back on the porch of Latin House, I think all over the things I've done this year. Smiling to myself, I open the door and head inside. As I head inside, I see Rakesh pacing around the study nook. I don't think if you had asked me who I was going to hook up with by the end of the year, I would have seen myself with Rakesh. But as I watch him adorably pacing over some problem, no, I can't think of anyone else who I'd rather be with. This year has seen a lot of growth for me, and of all that I'm most glad about Rakesh being with me. And that I could help him as well. Rakesh's parents called back last week. They wanted him to come back late in the summer. He agreed. Max, you are home. Come up to my room. Take your clothes off. Damn, sweetie, I miss you too. Rakesh shakes his head but grabs my hand and starts pulling me upstairs. No, I need to draw you. Oh, is that it? Okay, I guess I'll... Hey, I never agreed to this. Listen, I may have someone interested in my work, but I may have told them I do it all the time. Oh, got yourself into some trouble with a bit of good old-fashioned lying, huh? Luckily, Rakesh, my dear, you are dating an expert in such things. But I swear if this drawing gets out, I will murder you and bury the body in 7 different counties. Understood? Rakesh nods, taking me by surprise, and kisses me deeply. You are a lifesaver, my lovely Max. I am so glad to have you in my life. You have done so much to help me, and here you are continuing to help. I smile, leaning to give him another peck on the lips as I start taking off my clothing. I'm happy to have you too. You know, I'll help you anytime you need it, baby. Seriously though, 7 counties. I've got the unmarked van. Rakesh laughs as I finish getting my pants off. Ugh. I talk a good game, but I really don't know if I'm ready to be Rakesh's nude model. Then I take a good look at the pedestal he's got set up for me. Now I know I'm not ready. That's fucking adorable. I'm gonna be honest. Oh yes, that expression is perfect. The indecision, unsurely. Yes, hold that pose there. Well, I can't believe I'm letting him do this, but as I watch him getting more and more consumed by his work, I realize that I'd let him do it anytime he wants. That's my little artist, my creative soul boy. He's sweet and goofy as hell, but he's mine, and I wouldn't trade him for anything. So yeah, that's the last thing I remember doing my first year of college. It's been years since I thought about my college days, and I look back at the time I spent in Latin House, and it was definitely the start of a new chapter for me. The world seemed full of possibilities, and I think I really wanted to seize them all. But maybe I let some opportunities pass me by. I still feel like I made the most out of those years, though maybe I could have seized my grades a little harder. I managed to graduate college, though, just barely, sometimes by the grace of professors' goodwill, and occasionally a little dirt I had on them, but that's neither here nor there. My parents kept paying, and I kept going, and eventually I got to the end. One Bachelor of Arts in Music degree richer. Whatever did happen to the others? It's hard to remember from these days. Let's see. Isabella went back to Mexico. She stayed pretty much exactly long enough to get her master's in teaching. Long ago, lost count of the boyfriends and girlfriends she had during the time of college here. But to her credit, she never cheated on any of them. She writes every once in a while, and I promised to put me up if I ever make my way down there. Oh, and promised to put me up if I ever make my way down there. Oh, but I've left out Rakesh, haven't I? Because I didn't get to know anyone else enough. I didn't have enough points with Anne, and I didn't have enough points with Sally. I know why this happens now. Okay, but thankfully I'll get the Anne and Sally one on their endings. So, yay! Rakesh was always grateful for my help with his parents, and when he came back after spending the summer with them, the stories he told me were rough. Still, when he got home, he was about as happy as I'd seen him. He felt like a weight had been lifted from him. He'd been cut off, so he had to pay his own way, but that didn't bother him. His parents respected that he told them the truth, and said if he was willing to work for it, he could stay in America as long as he could afford it. I helped him out with his bills whenever I could back then. The band wasn't making a killing, but it was enough to keep us together. He's done the art for every one of my albums, and I couldn't ask for a more supportive man. The fact that he still comes out touring with me sometimes, even though he's always got some commission he's working on, God, I swear I love him more every day. As for me, well, Back Alley Flash definitely got a kickstart that first year of college. We kept working on our act while I was at college, but after college, the band did alright in the years after college. We managed to get the small following, nothing huge, but enough to keep us living off of our music. We got a couple songs on the radio that brought us into sales for a bit, and eventually when Slim and her husband decided to try to settle down, we broke up the band. Memphis and I went on to collaborate together. He managed to get us a job doing music at a movie studio. But yeah, everything else about me you probably already know. And at any rate, that's good enough for now. I feel like I've been talking about myself for ages. How about you? How was your college experience? I enjoyed this pathway a lot. And there's a lot I can say about it. There's a lot that I feel needs to be said about it. I think that it does cover some topics that are very, very needed to be talked about. Definitely. Expectations of parents, the homosexual culture. Of course, that was covered in Anne's and Isabella's, and if I remember right, I chatted a little bit about that as well. Just a lot of things. It's a good storyline. I really enjoyed it, and I think that they do fit together really well, considering they're both in the art community. And me being a music major, I naturally enjoy this kind of story anyways. But I don't know, if you want to do other secrety things with his pathway, you can go through it. I may not do the deception now that I think about it, because that wouldn't, if I do the deception and I do all the endings and it's, you know, not going to give you a reason to go back and do it. I mean, if like I get a huge popular demand telling me to go back on deception and do that pathway, then yeah, I'll do it, but I don't feel a need to. I feel like I've covered this storyline really well. I want to go back and do it anyways, and if it's something I feel like I need to show you guys, then yes, I will record it and tag it onto the end of this, but Otherwise, nah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like, comment, or subscribe if you want to see more. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye-bye.